Hi, ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, cats and dogs and unicorns. I it is 3:58. Oh, that's almost 4 o'clock in the morning. Now I was asleep, 'cause I sleep pretty long this time, but I now am not asleep. I'm up. So then I started playing with paint some more because I like to play with paint. Some people call it working with paint, but I don't call it working. I call washing dishes working. And I'm not washing dishes, so I'm not working. So I'm just playing. I'd rather play than wash dishes, although I don't think I have any dishes to wash. Maybe I have some in the dishwasher. I don't know. We've had a busy day today or yesterday. Well, however you do that. I guess it would be yesterday if you look at the clock today. Well, anyway, I don't know. But we went to up the road. We have a neighbor. Yeah, a lot of people have neighbors up the road. But her name is Tracy, and she's got a cat rescue. She's got That girl has got about 180 cats up her house. Well, tonight she had like a party for her cats because this is not a cat hoarder. She is a cat lover. She loves cats. You ought to see her yard. It is all fenced in and made up just for the cats. She's got bedrooms built for the cats. Finally, they're nice. Like, so if it rains and they got to get out of their fenced in area, they go into their bedroom or they sleep in there at night too. But it's huge. And she's got like couches and beds and she's like their maid. 180 cats. Holy smokes. But anyway, she had a party for them tonight and for the kiddos. And so she had a bunch of kids come over. It was a glow stick party for the cats, and the cats loved having all the attention. And she had treats, and she gave a tour of the place, and everybody kind of just all cat lovers just kind of hanging out together. And she's a rescue, so she takes in strays and she gets them doctored if needed. Every one of them is spayed and neutered, and spayed or neutered. You can't be spayed and neutered at the same time. But anyway, so that's where we went. Took the grandkids, and we had so much fun. It was just amazing. So then I went to sleep. As you see, I'm not asleep anymore. I'm awake. And so, but this is what I was doing. This is what I was doing. I was painting on this paper. First, I went through a bunch of the papers and where's that shadow coming from? Oh, it's coming from itself. I went through and I just painted with a credit card on all these pages, just different colors. Let me put this one out the way so I don't wreck it. I had a friend that gave me a stack. This is about half the stack right here. But what these are they're from October 17th, 2013, and that one's November. But anyway, what these are is like today's fresh fish. So just for that one day, this is comes from a restaurant, and it has the specials of the day. So at the end of the day, they just throw these in the garbage. Oh, so my friend Sheila, she carried them over to me. She goes, "Okay, you got any use for these?" Because she knows I usually have use for stuff like this. Look at them all. That's like flipping through $100 bills. And so I took them and I painted on the one side. I just went and just painted, painted, painted. Now, and so some of them I've already, after I did this part, then I do my squigglies. This one's got some black squigglies and some yellow squigglies and some white squigglies. This one I did some black ziggy zaggies and some white stars on top. This one has squigglies. On all the yellow I put black. On all the blue I put white. And all the pinkish, reddish, purplish I put yellow. Squigglies. It's just squigglies. That's all it is. It's just squigglies. Just squig. Oh, this one I made bigger squigglies, and then I put dots too. I should have put the dots white. I might still go on this one and put some white dots. I think it might need some of them. Maybe not. I don't know. Black looks good too. Here I did black. This one's all black. This one's all black squigglies. Now, let me show you. I showed you this to show you that. I showed you that to show you this. And then what I'm making is I'm making cards. I have a jillion thank you cards to get out. And I am hoping that tomorrow my day is, because I'm behind in sending out thank you notes. Because I have had, do you know that there's angels walking the face of this earth? There is like a cajillion angels walking the face of the earth, and I have met them, a lot of them, most of them, through the mailbox and through crafting and arty sites. Just a minute, I gotta get a drink of my water. Ah, that's good. I'm a water drinker. Okay, so what I did here is I did that same thing, although these ones I have different things, I have different colors, and then and just that I painted just with a credit card, so you go fast and see, like I paint one here and put it over on that table, paint another one on the table, paint another, because I might do just all one color and then start. By the time I get all of them done, they're dry, and then I take another color and add. And so then I took another one, like see this, I'll take another one of these papers and I put them together this way, and then I glue them together so it makes a nice heavy card. That's all I do with those. And so I have beautiful cards. That's why I say these is like $100 bills. Better, these menus that she gave me. And so, see, these are cards that I have already. Now, I might have, oh, I hope it, okay. I might still stick some of them depending on which side I pick is front, because either side could be front. And then I might on some of them put like a silhouette die cut. My favorite silhouette die cut is, I'm telling you, and it's my favorite. It is Tim Holtz's The Umbrella Man. I love that man. I'm in love with the Umbrella Man. God, I hope I don't see a man with an umbrella in a dark alley. Gosh, I'd grab him thinking he was the Umbrella Man. But anyway, no, I wouldn't grab him really. But see, now these ones are all pretty much done the same. I did the painting with the credit card, and then I went with the fine line markers, the fine tip, fine line applicators. Now, I do understand. That's how I did the image, the decorations on there. But see, I think most of these ones are pretty much the same in the decorations. See, this was one batch. I did these all at one time. Yeah, these ones I did. Most of all the decorations are the same and the colors are the same, but they all look different. But I think it looks pretty cool. And I was thinking, after I painted these ones, then I think I want to go through like with all blues, like different colors of blue, gradations or whatever you call it, different colors of blues. I think that's my next batch, is going to be just a bunch of blues. But here I've got 13 cards ready to go. I just have to write notes in them. And so, and when I make my cards, I just make them kind of general, because I could make a birthday card out of this, or I could make just a thank you card, or any kind of greeting. Happy Groundhog Day. You just never know when you might need. Look at that would even do for Halloween. But then if you add something to it, if you add, I mean, this is good just like this, in my humble opinion. But if you add like I love a silhouette. I love just a black silhouette. And so I've got dyes like fairies and puppy dogs and the umbrella man and that kind of thing. So that is what I do. But then I take these fine line applicators, which now you can get these ones I bought on Amazon, and they were two empty bottles, and they were like $7 or six something for these. You can go in different places and buy one empty bottle for like $12. So you really have to shop around before you buy these fine line applicators, because like I say, I got them two applicators in a package. And let's see, they were two in a package. I got two more of the fine tip fine line applicators, and I like them a lot. Now some people are buying the smaller, like Doris makes them and stuff. I have had some of the smaller ones, but seems to me that I'm filling them up constantly. This one holds, um I don't know, 1.25 fluid ounces. Okay, 1.25 ounces that these ones hold. And the other ones, the little ones, it just feels like I was filling them up, like these little ones. See, I have some of these little ones like this, and I I just don't want to fill them up. I'm lazy. And so, yeah, so that's why I got some of these. And I do like these, but these, like I say, were on not Walmart, Amazon, and they were, I will say, about $7, and then free shipping because I got the Prime thing or whatever you call it, and so it's like free shipping. But so anyway, I find it to be fun to just start squiggling. I just squiggle. You can start anywhere, but I usually start in the corner, and I just squiggle around and squiggle. And I just like squiggling. You could write on there, write notes or write words or draw smiley faces or unicorns or anything you want. I try not to go just back and forth. I just try to go from here to there and then just keep squiggling and just kind of keep squiggling. And so, and then I like that look. I think that's pretty cool. Like you see on the first bunch that I made, I didn't squiggle on them. And I might not squiggle on the next bunch I make either. But on this bunch, I'm squiggling. This is my squiggly bunch right here. And so, but see, what I do is I kind of keep going here and there and everywhere. And so, kind of looks like a road map to the mental institution. Actually, when you get done, say, here you go, follow this map, and you will end up, and you will, if you follow this map, you'll end up at the cracker factory. They feed you crackers over there. Yeah, they won't give you a fork. You have to eat them without a fork. Oh, that's right, you don't eat crackers with forks. But anyhow, and I just keep going and just keep going, and the paint just keeps flowing and keeps flowing. And when I use these applicators, I fill them with, now see, I just use regular craft paint. Wait a minute, I get that, there. It was on the back porch and there was a spider web on there or something. Dust bunny. But I just use, like, this is just apple barrel paint. I got so many different kind of paints. This is folk art, mint pearl. My paint bottles don't look very nice. This one's Dream Coat Ceram Coat. Delta Ceram Coat. I can't read, write, or nothing. I wish I had trouble chewing, but I don't have trouble chewing. And so, but I have found that this like kind of paint, this one, that's too thick. If you put that in there, you have to kind of put some water in it, or there's something else that you can buy to thin paint. I don't remember the name of what it is, but you could. I just put water in there. It's just water based anyway. So, but this is thick stuff in there. This stuff. Did I have this up here where you couldn't see it? Down here we couldn't see it. See? Yeah, this stuff's too thick. You got to water it down or thin it somehow. I don't know. Put some Red Bull in it. I don't know. No, don't put Red Bull in it. I had a bad experience with Red Bull. I really didn't really have a bad experience. The bad experience, see, I was really, I don't have a lot of energy. I'm 68 years old, and I guess it's normal not to have a lot of energy. Although I do know a lot of 68-year, well, I don't know personally a lot of 68-year-old people, purple. I don't even say the right words, but you hear about these elderly people, like I call myself elderly, although most people that are 68 aren't elderly, um, running like marathons and stuff, jumping out of perfectly good airplanes. You know, they do things like that for what reason I don't know. And and so I like to keep my feet flat on the floor, uh, sitting on my butt. I find that to be very safe. But where was I going with that? Oh, my Red Bull experience. Yeah, I got me some of these energy drinks. It wasn't really Red Bull. It was some kind of else, but it was an energy drink. And so I said, I'm gonna try these. I'm gonna see if these give me some energy. And they have like actually they don't have more caffeine than really cup of regular strong coffee is the same amount of caffeine. And but I so it didn't have that much caffeine, but it had 400, something like 450% of your daily required vitamin B12. And also it had like a whole bunch of vitamin B6. And then it also had like niacin and riboflavin and one other thing that I can't remember because my memory's gone kaput. And but it gave me energy. Of all silliness, I drank it at midnight a few nights ago. And so of course I was up all night, but I did get a lot done. I mopped the floor. I mean, I got a lot done. I was impressed. I sat here and then I'd get up and I'd go do something. Then I could sit back down here for a while and play with my toys, and then I go do some that work stuff, that W word, and I did some work. And usually I get out of working. I don't like working. I don't like housework. I don't like it, says Sam I am. But anyway, so then, well, I had 4 cans of the doggone stuff. So I took next day, I figured I'm going to do this again. I'm going to get my house spick and span. And oh, I have this daughter. She is a nurse. She's a RN, BSN. She's a BS, and you know what BS means. She's a BSN, but now she's going back to school to become a physician's, no, a PA? No, no, it's a nurse practitioner. That's what she's going to be, nurse practitioner when she finishes school now. So she's going to be really smart and a real pain in the ass. Did I say ass? Hmm. She's going to be because she came over to my house with all that dang knowledge. And she relieved me of my other 2 cans of the Red Bull stuff. She says, I'm amazed that you're even still alive. She goes, do you know how many people come into the ER all the time? And they have heart attacks and they have strokes, all because they drink their Red Bull or their energy drinks of whatever kind. And then them teenagers, because it did say on the can not to drink more than 2 a day, which I didn't. I only drank 1 a day for 2 days. And so she gave me the dickens. I'm telling you, she gave me the dickens, and she got rid of them other 2 cans, and she told me not to drink anymore because, well, of course, she needs me as a babysitter because of Jeffrey. I keep Jeffrey when she works. She's working right now, although I don't have Jeffrey because Jeffrey's next door. It's Aunt's. Because he wanted to spend the night with Auntie instead of Mina and Papa. And so we were outvoted, and he's over there. But anyway, so isn't that pretty? Don't you think that's lovely? I think that. Oh gosh, I almost wrecked it. I think that's lovely. See, so I'll stick that over there to dry. And but anyhow, so yeah, so that's what she told me, that she put me on a screeching halt to that stuff. So now I don't know what I'm gonna do. I guess I can't hire a maid. They want to be paid. And I spent all my money on craft stuff. I don't have no money to pay a maid. Anyway, I'd be embarrassed for a maid to come into my house. The maid would probably have a heart attack. She'd say, holy smokes. First of all, she'd call the hoarding show because my living room is my craft room, because my crafting stuff won't fit in any other room. And so I had it in the den. Well, we used to call it the den. I don't know if they have dens anymore. Bears have dens. But it's when we had the house built, it was a den. Well, actually, when we had the house built, it was a playroom because I had a daycare here. But after I grew out of the daycare, then it became a den or a family room. I think they call them family room now, or something, a romper room. No, I don't think they call them a romper room. But I was in there for a while, but I outgrew that room, so I just took the living room. What the heck? I don't need it. What do you use for a living room? I mean, what do you use a living room for? Nothing. You just have to go dust it. Now it's being used as my craft den. And I'm the den mother of my crafting world. And so I do a lot of crafting. But I have had people that send me Happy Mail. And oh, do you know, ladies and gentlemen, cats and dogs, children and boys and girls and unicorns? When I get Happy Mail, it's like I should say, oh my gosh, I don't want this. Where am I going to put it? But I don't. I open them up and I look, and you know what? It's like boxes of inspiration. I had one girl yesterday or the day before that, sent me a box that had 2 pair of blue jeans in it. Why? Because she knows I'm using blue jean fabrics, the denim off of blue jeans, and I'm working on my Bohemian journals, which, by the way, what is today? The 29th, 33. 3 more days till the drawing. And then I'm going to have winners for my Bohemian journals. But anyway, so she sent me things that I can use making my journals gorgeous, gorgeous things, and buttons and bows, and oh my gosh, I didn't cry. I really didn't, because I don't cry. Crying's for the weak. Not really. I cry. I get, you sometimes you get so excited and then it's like I wonder why me? Why didn't they send it to somebody who really would appreciate it? Not that I don't appreciate it because oh my word. Oh, and so but anyhow, so I have got like denim fabric off of those blue jeans and then the pockets that's on them. I'm going to use the pockets like on the inside of the journals. I wonder if I can, I'm going to try. You see what I'm doing here on paper? I wonder if I could do that on the denim. I wonder. I painted on denim. I've painted with like a paintbrush, but I wonder if I can paint with a credit card on denim. And if I don't cover the whole thing, if I leave some of the denim showing, but just haphazardly just put paint all over the denim, but still leave some of the denim show, and then squiggle it. Go over it with the squiggles. Squiggles. There should be a song about the squiggles. Seems like I've seen my grandson watching the squiggles or something like that. A cartoonish kind of show. I don't know. But the only thing wrong with this here, if you've got the arthritis of the thumb, like right here, like right there, yeah, you might learn how to say a bad word or two, or maybe three, or maybe a whole sentence or a paragraph of nothing but bad words. My dad, he used to cuss a lot, but I didn't know that he was cussing because my dad was Finnish. He's Finnish. And so I won't repeat the words that he said, but when he'd like hammer his thumb or something, he would come out with these line of something, and it was always the same words. But I didn't know what he was saying, but he would do that if he hammered his thumb, or if he got kicked by a cow or something, or if the car quit running, or the tractor had a hole in the tire, which my brother put a hole in the tire of a tractor once. He was in trouble. But and so my dad would come up with these string of words. Well, after my dad passed away a couple years, because he passed away like 30 years ago. He was only like 61 or 62 or something like that. I think he was 61. And I miss him so much because I loved him. I still love him even though he's not here. His memory is awesome. But anyway, all he wore was bib overalls and plaid shirts. Just imagine that in your head. That would be the best dad ever. He didn't play golf or nothing. He didn't watch football. Oh yeah, he did watch football. But he'd go fishing and he was a farmer and he built cabinets. That's what he did. And so oops. But so one day, it was after my father passed away and went to heaven. I asked my uncle Henry. Now Uncle Henry, that's my dad's brother. And Uncle Henry, now Uncle Henry, he's gone to heaven too to hang out with my dad. Maybe they're up there fishing. But I asked him, I says, what does this mean? And I repeated this string of words that my father used to, say. I just repeated the string of words. And my uncle, oh my gosh, now my uncle wasn't quite like my dad. My uncle he was awesome and like a churchgoer, extraordinaire and stuff. He goes, Elizabeth, don't you ever say that again. And so I figured, oops, I better not say that again because apparently it wasn't very nice. Well, nowadays, with our electronics and things, my son is, now see, was a long time ago that a long time ago, like 20 years ago that I talked to my uncle. But and so now just only a couple weeks ago, my son was here, and I don't know what on the we got on the subject of foreign languages and stuff. And so when we were telling about different, because he can speak German, he went learned German in school, and he learned it well to speak German, and so we're talking about different. Well, actually, he learned. So I don't think the teacher taught him the German cuss words, but he did learn them somehow. And self help group, I don't know, but and so I said, well, Bill, and so he was using his telephone to find words of how to say them in different language. And he'd put in a bad word, he'd say it right to the phone, like he's talking to the phone, like the phone's going to answer him. Well, the phone did answer him. He's got his, I don't know, I said it's your concubine is in your phone. And so he's looking in the phone and he's finding these things. And then I said to him, I says, well, what about, can you figure out what this means? Now, this is what my dad used to say. And so then I told him the words my dad used to say in Finnish, his grandfather. See, yeah, my son's got his grandfather's genes. And so I told him the words, and so then he said the words to the telephone, to his concubine in the telephone, and then she came back with what it meant. She didn't actually say it, but it come out in writing of what those words meant. And he goes, Mama, you probably shouldn't say that. He says you probably shouldn't say that anymore. And then he told me sort of what it meant without really saying the words, because the kids don't say them words in front of me. I know they say them in front of other people. I call them kids, but my youngest one is 32 years old and my oldest one's almost 50. But so yeah, they don't like curse in front of me. Every once in a while, they might slip with one of them. I make them pay a quarter to the cuss jar, and they know they can't be affording to cuss around me. But yeah, so he forbid me, my son. He says no. So my daughter won't let me drink Red Bull. My son won't let me cuss in any language. Eh, It's funny how your parents, I mean your children, grow up to be your parents, sort of like, sort of, sort of like your parents. They think they are anyway. Well, I'm not going to drink any Red Bull, and I'm not going to. But my dad never cussed in the English language. I never heard him say. Now, sometimes he'd get mad at my mother, and he'd call her an old battle axe, and which a battle axe is just an axe that you battle with. So I don't know why he called it old battle axe, but he did. They didn't get along too well, but they stayed married till death did them part. But yeah, they struggled through it. I guess they figured, well, we got 6 children. Who else would have us? So they kind of stayed married. And but yeah, he never cussed in English, so I didn't think he cussed in Finnish either, but he did apparently. And so now he knows that I know what he said. So he knows because he's looking down upon us right now because he's sitting. Like I've told you before that my grandson said that heaven is actually in Saturn because it's the biggest planet, and it's where actually when you do die and go to heaven, you go to Saturn. And then it's got the rings on the outside, and people can sit on the rings. On the angels can sit on, you don't have to worry about falling off the rings because you have wings, angel wings, so you don't have to worry. So you can just swing, and they don't have to have shoes up though. So everybody's got bare feet, and you just sit on the rings of the planet Saturn, and you can swing your feet, and you got your wings on, so you don't have to worry about falling. Because if you fall, you just fly right back up and sit, and then you can just swing your feet, and you can look down on the earth because you got like Superman vision. after you go to heaven, you just all of a sudden you get Superman vision, and you can see everything that's going on Earth. And so, yeah. So you better watch what you're doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, aunts and uncles, grandma and grandpas, and unicorns. You watch what you're doing, because you're being watched. So if you're like misbehaving, somebody up there on planet Saturn is going to see you, and I don't know, they might write you up a grievance report and give it to God or something. I don't know how that works. I have to ask my grandson how that. I am going to ask him that, because he's 9 now. Jeffrey's 9. He's 9 years old, and but he has got an imagination. I'm telling you, I just love that kid half out of my mind. But so I'm gonna ask him what they do if they do see somebody misbehaving, and he will have an answer. He'll have an answer. So I'll have to ask him tomorrow, because they're over there sleeping. And so over at my daughter's house next door, I think I already said that. And my thumb is now telling me that this might be the last one I'm going to do, because my thumb kind of tells me, but see how you just squiggle? I guess I should be talking about what I'm doing rather than, yeah, okay, I'm going to talk about what I'm doing. Rather than, I got the diarrhea of the mouth. Somebody told me that once. I think it was one of my kids. 7 of them boogers. But anyway, look at that. See, now in that pretty, now that's gonna be a card. This one doesn't have any black on it. Oh yeah, the second, yeah, this one had any black on it. So this one I think would be like real pretty with a black silhouette. So if this is the front of the card, or that's the front of the card. I don't know which will be the front, this side or this side. I gotta wait till I fold it in half and then I'll decide. But and if that had a black silhouette of something on there, that would be pretty. See, that's like a art. That's like art. But it's going to be a card. Some of yous looking at me right now might end up with one of these in your mail bucket, because tomorrow I plan. Oh, I got 2 orders of lace. I got to wrap them and get them done tomorrow. I got to look through entries for my all my entries for my journal drawing that's going to be on November 1st. Make sure I got everything in order and ready to go. So I just pull the winners. I got to do that tomorrow or later today. And then hopefully I'm going to get at least a few of my thank you cards sent out, because I got to send them out. I wish I could people send me such huge old packets of huge packets of beautiful stuff that I can use in my crafting, and I love it, 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 and all of that. But and I wish I could reciprocate and send everybody that sends me a package. I wish I could send them a package, but I can't. Me and my hubster, we got enough money. I'm not saying we're poor or anything. We got enough, and that's all you need in life, is just enough. You don't need to have, well, some people think you need to have a whole bunch, but we have just enough. So that's all I need, is just enough. So but when it comes to postage, it's pretty high. And I got postage put away for my shipping that's going to ship out my prizes that I'm giving out. I think I'm just going to go straight forward and give out pull 4 names out of the hat for my journals that I'm giving away on the 1st. But see, the stuff I have is like this. I do have stuff like this. Like these are little angel. No, these are butterflies. Isn't that pretty? But I'm going to, like, in the card, I'm going to put like maybe a little butterfly. I've also got like angel wings that are made like these little appliques. I got some different kind of butterflies. So that's what I'm going to put in my thank you cards and maybe a couple of die cuts or something, that so I could put it in an envelope and just put 2 stamps on the envelope and it'll mail okay. That's what I'm planning to do. And these are pretty. And because I appreciate people like you wouldn't believe that send me gorgeous things and more than you could. Oh, I can. I don't even want to start into that. It's just my husband brings in the mail. He goes, "Looks like you have more Happy Mail here," and I just think, "Oh my gosh, not again!" But then I can't wait to open it and see what's in there. I get excited like a little kid. So I have still one, two, three, four, five more to paint, but I've painted already. Like I've already painted like 10 of the whites of the squiggles. I've already squiggled like 10 of them. So in this first batch I made is that one's got 13 in this one batch I made that are ready to go. I may round these corners. Do you think I should round the corners? Let me see. Which one's this? I'm thinking maybe rounding the corners would be pretty. Let me see if I round the corners. Sometimes little round, I'm just putting a 1/4 inch corner on there. And yeah. Yeah, I think I am going to round the corners. I do like that. That gives it more of a finished look. I got to put something heavy on these so they'll be flat before I go back to bed. I think I'll go back to bed. Yeah, I could just put my thing on there. Put my this doohickey on there. Do I talk too much? Gosh, I think I talk too much. Gosh, I watch some videos and people just are so, they just explain what they're doing and very clearly they explain and they don't come up with all these goofy stories. I am constantly, even my children, they just put earplugs in. Well, they don't. My husband, he's got selective hearing. So sometimes he doesn't even hear what I'm saying. And I'll say, "Richard, are you asleep over there?" Because he's in the same room I am. He's just like 10 feet over. But he just kind of tunes me out. But the other day I was talking to my daughter and we're both sitting over there on we got like this double recliner thing and we were sitting in there and I was telling her something that was a little bit secretive. And so I had my voice really low, almost to a whisper, and he heard every word I said. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that I just seen these. Oh gosh, oops, I'm having an avalanche. I forgot I had these. Oh, that's my grandson when he was graduating kindergarten. That's Jeffrey. Oh, well, see, now things are falling out. But as I was looking up at the camera, I seen these. I just seen these. You know what I think I'm going to do? Holy smokes. Y'all can go ahead, I guess, if you want to go to bed or whatever you want to do. But I just thought of something. What if I were to, okay, now, what if I were to, see, my mind just goes back and forth and in and out and roundabout. So see now, yeah, I can squiggle this later. I don't have to squiggle it right now. Today's fresh fish. I think these come from the Red Lobster. And they just throw these in the garbage by the clumps. Oh, garbage. And so there, see? And then I take a fresh one right here and just stick it right on there. Like this. Like thusly. Just like thusly. Out of that paper. Out of that just, it's written on one side. I could probably paint on both sides and then it would be fine too, but no, I'm just going to Okay, now I'm going to just fold it in half. Fold it in half in two. Oh, get that right. You know, I find I have more luck just folding things half in two like this rather than to go score on the scoring board. Because a lot of time my scoreboard just goes crooked. I don't know why. I guess it's operator error, but... Oh, that's my oldest son. That's when he was young. That's before he turned into a nerd dork. Now he's almost 50 years old. That's our dog, too. It fell off the shelf. Sorry about that. Yeah. I got a couple pictures up there that I want to put in a scrapbook page, and they're just waiting for the scrapbook page. Well, I didn't get that exactly straight either, but I can always take that to the trimmer and trim that. Okay, but see, then that's the card, see? Now this one, I'll do the squigglies later. But I just seen this up here. I've had these from the Elizabeth Craft Design. I've had them for like a year and a half because I went and I bought these when I was at they had the scrapbooking expo in Orlando, and I bought a bunch of these. Oops, we don't want that. I don't want that piece in there. I want that out of there. Now look at that. Now what if I were to just... I should have used that side for the front, but I didn't. I used that side. I didn't even look. So now if I were to use that and then take this one. Oh, but then these ones here have little birdies. Because I gotta use these up. I've got these ones, and I bought like 10 packs when I was at the scrapbooking expo because they was cheap. Like, golly, they were cheap. I don't remember how cheap they were, but in my mind they were cheap. Oh, I should have got one that was facing the other way. It's okay. I'm gonna put this bird right here. That's pretty cool too. I could still do squigglies, like if I do white squigglies and just go down and around, but not on the balloons and not on the bird, and I could put some on the back. That would be a good idea too. See how things just pop into your mind when you're not even thinking about nothing? Let me see if I put 1/2 inch corners on this one. Let me see if I like that more gooder. I might like that more gooder. Isn't that pretty? Yeah, I think I am going to do the squiggles on there because I'm into squiggling right now. I might not be into squiggling next week. You never know. Yeah, I like that. I like this kind of glue too. Elmer's Extreme. See, at one time I thought all glue sticks were no good because I watched a video and somebody told me that glue sticks, don't use glue sticks. They say they're not no good. And so I didn't use them because I believed whoever that was that made that video. But then I've seen other people do videos since then, and they do use this stuff and they like it. So they had these after school started, and they was getting rid of all the school supplies then, or all their things that run special. They had these two for 75 cents. So I bought the heck out of them and I like them. So that's what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to use some of these on these last 5 that I've got to go. Well, if I just didn't come up on something right there. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, aunts and uncles, grandmas, grandpas, and unicorns, this, let me put them neatly in that pile. Oh, that's right. I was going to put that on the top of there. So that wisdom cards. I've been doing this in the last few videos, is to read 3 wisdom cards because I'm using these to grow wisdom or something. Oh, I could put them on there too. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and these are affirmation cards. They're by Louise Hay, and because I love her. Now, and so, but I have learned so much from these wisdom cards. They are just amazing. Okay, so I'm going to read you this one. I forgive myself for any wrongdoing. Guilt never makes anyone feel better, nor does it change a situation. I now stop feeling guilty. I let myself out of that prison. And that's true. Guilt has weighed me down for years. And I've been studying about guilt, and guilt does not make you feel better, nor does it change a situation. So you stop feeling guilty and let yourself out of that prison. Very good, Elizabeth. That's a good one. Okay, here I am safe and secure in my world. I want to paint that picture of grass with a ladybug on it. Oh, I am safe and secure in my world. I have a compulsive habit. I realize that there is some need in my consciousness for this condition, or it would not be there. Now I got to read it again. I am safe and secure in my world. I have a compulsive habit. I realize that there is some need in my consciousness for this condition, or it would not be there. Okay, I do know that I am safe and secure in my world today. I've not always felt that way, but living for today. I don't worry about what might happen tomorrow or what happened last week. Living for today, I know I am safe and secure in my world. So I believe that's what I'm getting out of that one right there today. Now, some people are leaving me comments on these, and they help me understand, because some of the things I don't quite understand, and they're a little bit deep for me. And I have had some people to leave me a comment as what they get out of it, and I appreciate that. So if you get something out of this more than I get out of it, then I love to hear from you. Okay. I allow others to be themselves. I do not try to heal my friends. I do own I do my own mental work and heal myself. This is the best thing I can do for others. I do not try to heal my friends. I do my own mental work and heal myself. This is the best thing I can do for others. And do you know, I allow others to be themselves. Do you know, this one here is something too that I had a little problem with when I was reading the book. And I do not try to heal my friends. I do my own mental work and heal myself. And if you heal yourself, if you heal yourself in your own mind with these kind of things in these affirmation cards, then what you have learned filters on to your friends. It kind of, I don't know the right words to say, but it kind of through you, like your higher power, whatever you choose to call him, works through you. And without you having to say anything to that person about this is what you need to do, the person can learn through you just for your actions and your way of speech and that kind of thing. And I might not be making a bit of sense, but I know what I'm saying. Okay, and that's it. And I want to just say I love you all. I'll put these back in the box and on the bottom of the box so that I'll have 3 fresh ones next time. And I want to say I love you all, and I want to thank you very, very kindly for coming and watching my video of my little things here and watching how my brain works, which is a little squiggly. I got squiggly lines all in my brain, and that's what I'm putting on my beautiful paper. See, this is already dry. This last one I did. It dries, that acrylic, and it's all acrylic paint. And like I said, the first acrylic is just put on with credit cards. Well, this was a door key at the Club Carlson. Yeah, it was a door key. But now I use them for paint scrapers. And so I just put the paint, I squirt it on the paper. There you go. No rhyme or reason. It works just beautiful. Just beautiful. And goes so fast. And then you end up with beautiful art. And then you put the squigglers on, it's a squiggler. Okay, I was saying goodbye, wasn't I? Okay, well, I have been saying goodbye for the last 3 minutes. Okay, I love you guys and thank you, and may God bless you every move you make and every step you take. And I will see you on the next video.